The Nazca Drawings, imposing geoglyphs etched as if by an unknown hand on the arid surface of the Peruvian desert, captivate the imagination and unsettle the mind. Their photographs, sometimes surreal as if from another world, can even be found in school textbooks and always spark a wave of questions. Scientists, after many years of meticulous research, have concluded that these monumental representations were created about 1500 years ago by the members of the enigmatic Nazca indigenous culture. However, despite the achievements made, these gigantic puzzles remain one of the most fascinating phenomena of antiquity, leaving historians, archaeologists, and simply curious minds perplexed. The first mention of these mysterious lines appeared in the Spanish chronicles of the 16th century as a casual note in the descriptions of unexplored lands. So, they were referred to as markers for travelers, a kind of beacons that helped guide people in the endless desert. Then, for 4 centuries, the geoglyphs fell practically into oblivion, disappearing from the field of vision of civilization, and they were reduced to a mere part of the silent landscape. And only with the arrival of the aviation era in the early 20th century, when man could rise into the skies, did these colossal images reveal themselves to the world again, like a phoenix rising from its ashes. The first human to behold these imposing signs from the heights was pilot Toribio Chespe, who flew over the desert in the distant year of 1927. But the systematic study of these mysterious lines and figures didn't begin until 1946, thanks to the selfless work of the German mathematician and archaeologist Maria Reiche. This extraordinary woman, as if possessed, dedicated her entire life to the Nazca Geoglyphs, transforming from a mere researcher into a devoted guardian of ancestral secrets. It was she who tirelessly fought for the preservation of this unique legacy, ensuring that the Nazca Plateau was declared a national park and protected by the state, safeguarding it from the destructive passage of time and the marks of modern civilization. The Nazca Plateau is not just a desert plain, it's a vast territory, crisscrossed by dry riverbeds, that covers an area of more than 500 square kilometers. It is here, in this seemingly desolate landscape, where mysterious lines, bands, and figures stretch out as if they were etched by the hand of a giant artist. Scientists refer to these man-made signals as geoglyphs, images created by removing the top layer of soil and exposing a lighter layer of earth underneath. The paradox lies in the fact that the main enigma of Nazca is not so much hidden in the drawings of animals and people, which number around 30, but in the incredible amount of lines and bands. They are not dozens or hundreds, but the astonishing figure of 13,000. In addition to this, there are more than 700 geometric figures, ranging from simple triangles to complex trapezoids, as well as about 100 spirals that return. They remember ancient labyrinthine tubes. All these representations are etched into the ground, forming shallow grooves. Some of these bands reach colossal dimensions. Their width can reach up to 100 and even 200 meters in some cases, while their length can span several kilometers. The astonishing straightness and precision of these lines, drawn as if with a ruler, provoke a display of straightness, a mix of admiration and disbelief. How was this possible for an ancient civilization that was unaware of modern geodesy and construction techniques? This is where a series of unanswered questions arise, like voices from the past that challenge us from the depths of the centuries, where the thousands, perhaps millions, of cubic meters of excavated earth ended up, because no typical waste dumps of the earth can be seen, of excavations of this magnitude around the lines, and why the color of the earth inside the lines is practically the same as the surroundings, although, if seen from above, they appear noticeably lighter. And finally, why does it feel like some lines haven't been excavated, but rather filled in, as if the ancient builders, instead of removing earth, added it, thus shaping the image? Another mystery that troubles researchers is the complete absence of traces of paths. Where did the traces of thousands and thousands of workers go who must have traversed these kilometers of desert? From one side to the other to create these colossal images, this circumstance completely contradicts the theory that the lines were created through simple excavation work and drives scientists to seek more complex alternative explanations. Moreover, the lines and bands, as if drawn at random, intersect and overlap, as if the representations were not created all at once, but gradually in several stages. And the most curious thing is that the later lines don't usually destroy the earlier ones. Instead, they seem to be drawn over the existing ones, preserving their original outlines. How is this possible? This is another enigma that modern science has yet to solve. When observing the geoglyphs from the air, it's impossible not to be amazed by their straight-line perfection. They seem to defy the laws of nature, as if they ignore the terrain, crossing hills, rivers, and ravines without deviating from their path, disappearing into the horizon. There are numerous hypotheses about the origin of these lines, but none offers a definitive answer to the two main questions. How, and above all, why did the ancient builders create these colossal images? Modern geodesists, equipped with high-precision equipment and the most advanced technologies, are not capable of drawing a line several kilometers long with the same accuracy as the creators of the Nazca Geoglyphs. How did they manage to achieve such precision and perfection while remaining the anonymous authors of this wonder? Many researchers and enthusiasts link the geoglyphs to astronomy, believing that the lines indicated the position of stars and constellations, or served as a sort of calendar that recorded the movement of celestial bodies. Others attribute a religious or cult significance to them, considering the paths as routes for sacred processions or to connect with higher powers. Maria Reiche, for example, believed that the lines indicated the rising of the stars on certain days. However, scientific studies, conducted with the help of computer programs, have not fully confirmed this hypothesis, leaving many enigmas unresolved. Scientists date the geoglyphs to the mid-first millennium of our era, based on the results of radiocarbon analysis of fragments of pottery and wooden stakes found in the lines. However, this dating only proves that the indigenous people of Nazca visited this place and possibly performed some kind of ritual there, but this does not mean that they were the ones who created these gigantic representations. It is possible that it was an older culture, predating the Nazca civilization, or even going beyond the conventional, that they were the work of a civilization unknown to us. The drawings of animals and birds, scattered across the plateau, they are mostly found near the Ingenio River. Among them, you can find representations of monkeys with disproportionate fingers on their hands and feet, condors, hummingbirds, lizards, spiders, and other examples of wildlife. There are also mysterious representations of humanoid beings, as if they were wearing helmets or strange headdresses. And, of course, the image of some hands is particularly striking, one with 5 fingers and the other with 4. It's possible that all of this is part of a particular system of symbols, encoded in the geoglyphs, but still inaccessible to modern man's understanding. Scientists and enthusiasts continue to investigate, holding on to the hope of solving all the mysteries of Nazca. For now, the enigmas of these places remain unanswered. These gigantic lines and drawings may be nothing more than a message from the past, left by unknown creators, written in a language we do not yet know, but which perhaps one day we will be able to understand. Perhaps it is a kind of book addressed to future generations, which tells the secrets of an ancient civilization and opens the doors to another reality, where the borders between past, present, and future are diluted and merge into a single whole. The search for answers to these questions is hampered not only by the complexity of the geoglyphs themselves, but also by the lack of detailed maps of the entire area. Every year, pilots of tourist planes flying over the plateau discover new geoglyphs that had previously gone unnoticed, and some local inhabitants, like guardians of ancient traditions, speak of the existence of other plateaus, located further into the mountains, with equally mysterious lines and drawings, which have not yet been investigated, and which, perhaps, hide even more astonishing secrets of antiquity. And who knows what other wonders and enigmas these unexplored corners of the Peruvian desert hold, just waiting to be discovered.